Hi everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm back with another requested video. I thought this was a fantastic idea. I'm going to be sharing 7 things that I wish someone had told me before I started a Nourishing Traditions or GAPS type of diet. Number 1 is a really helpful tip that makes shopping at the store less overwhelming when you're making that first switch, and that is shop the outside of the store. Now, as you get more advanced in these types of ways of eating, then you get a little bit better with sourcing food and you don't buy as much from grocery stores. You source local farms, you grow stuff yourself, you do CSAs, community supported agriculture things, stuff like that. But when you're first starting out, you're like, where am I going to buy this food? And it makes it so much easier if you realize just stick to the outside of the store. That's where all the refrigerated sections are. Usually you start with your produce, and then there's your meat section, then there's like eggs, cheese, butter, things like that, some frozen stuff. And in the middle of the store is usually all the packaged, processed, preserved stuff that you're not even gonna want to buy anyway. So shop the outside of the store. Can be a really easy tip to just simplify it and make it really easy when you're first starting out. Number 2 is it gets easier. Whenever you're learning something new and changing up the way that you eat and shop and cook and everything, it can feel really overwhelming in the beginning as you're learning new skills and changing your shopping routines and all that kind of stuff. But one thing that it's really nice to know ahead of time is that it gets so much easier. You get into your new routines, you get your favorite recipes that you really like, you find some more new ones, it gets so much easier. And that leads me to number 3, which is it doesn't have to be time consuming. Now, anytime that you're learning something new, it is going to take a little bit more of a time investment up front just to start getting the hang of things. But once you're into your new routines and you figure out all these time-saving tips and tricks, and you realize how fast and easy and uncomplicated real food cooking really can be, you'll realize you don't have to spend all day in the kitchen. It's really quite easy. It doesn't take up a lot of time, and you have all your bases covered. Number 4 is that kids can love eating this way. Now, of course, it's way easier if they were raised eating this way and that's all that they know, and then as they're exposed to fake foods and junk and things, their bodies prefer the nourishing foods. That's obviously the easiest way to go about it, and lots of families do that, and that is wonderful. But if they were raised another way, they can go through a process of detoxing their bodies and making the changes, and tastes change, and kids can learn to love eating this way. It's like their body wakes up and realizes, wow, this is really good food, this is what we want, and over time they can love eating this way too. It is possible. I see it all the time. Number 5, cravings are something to listen to. They're not something to punish your body about. They're something to listen to. It's your body talking to you and telling you what it needs. So you can just open up to the idea of, what does my body need, or what does it want? Even if it's like a non-ideal thing at first when you're making those switches and it just really wants some, say if you maybe used to eat like packaged cakes or cookies from the store or something, your body is probably needing more fat, or maybe it's needing more fat and carbs, something like that. It's something to pay attention to. It's not something to punish yourself over. Maybe make yourself a batch of eggnog or ice cream. Those cravings are going to go right away. You're going to be satisfied enjoying a nice nourishing treat. So that is another tip that I found so helpful to realize, and I would love to have more people realize this at the beginning, that cravings are just your body talking, and it's good to listen to them and good to know how to give it what it needs in the right way. Number 6, and this applies more specifically to people who are on the GAPS diet, needing to overcome a health problem or something. And that reminds me, quick little side note here. The way that you can think of either the Nourishing Traditions diet or the GAPS diet is that the Nourishing Traditions, or Weston A. Price or Wise Traditions way of eating, is the well person's diet. The GAPS diet is the sick person's diet. When you you have something that you want to overcome or fix or heal from. So this number 6 is geared more towards the GAPS diet, although if something's really mild, there's a good chance that you can fix it on the Nourishing Traditions diet too. But anyway, number 6 is that healing takes time. And oftentimes we don't realize just how much time in the beginning. We think we're going to be able to go a month or 6 weeks and everything will be fixed, and it just doesn't happen that way. But the good news is it's so worth it when you're really able to figure out where you need to be on a GAPS diet type of eating or something similar and camp out on that right stage for a while. That's when the really amazing stuff happens. And I just cannot emphasize how amazing it is to be able to get to those deeper layers of healing. So that's something that I would love for lots of people to know up front, is that yes, healing takes time, but it's good. It's so worth it, and you probably won't be at that stage forever. And then after a certain amount of time, you're ready to move on to stages that you couldn't do before, eat foods that you couldn't have before, and it's amazing. So worth it. Number 7, the last one, is that the body chooses the priorities. This one again is geared more towards the GAPS diet when you're overcoming something. The body chooses what to work on. We might think, oh, I really want to have more energy. I want to lose weight. I want to gain weight. I want to not have these headaches anymore. I want clearer skin. I want my depression to go away. Something like that. And the thing is, the body decides the order of priority. It will decide what to heal first, and it's important to just realize that and trust that, and realize that our job is to give the body the tools that it needs. Listen to what foods it needs. Listen to how fast or slow to go through the different GAPS diet stages, what to focus on with detox support and detoxing in different ways. But the body will decide its order and what to address first and when and how long it's going to take. And that's just so helpful to know. We're not really in control of that. Our job is to just feed the body and support it in the different ways. And when you think about it, that's really the way that you want it to be, because we don't know what all the different processes are doing, and our bodies are so amazingly complex, and they really do know what they're doing. And it's wonderful to be able to just realize that, support it, and then just let it do what it needs to do. Be sure and check out that description box for links to free ebooks and other goodies. I also have a GAPS diet meal plan. I have a free class on starting the GAPS diet with more confidence and less confusion. Check out that description box for all those things. All right, I hope that you found that interesting and helpful. Thank you guys always for giving me your video suggestion ideas. If you have ideas for videos that you'd like me to make, be sure and leave me a comment down below. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would find it interesting or helpful. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.